National Football League.
It has been 15 years since a playoff game of this caliber was played at Soldier Field, but ladies and gentlemen, the Chicago Bears are back, and they host the Los Angeles Rams for a shot at the NFC Championship game. The winner ready to take on the Seattle Seahawks next week following their victory over the San Francisco 49ers. And here come the NFC North champion Chicago Bears with a huge come-from-behind victory last week against their arch rivals in the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, the Rams took care of business in a high-octane offensive game against the Carolina Panthers. Both teams got it done in the wild card. Only one can survive to the NFC title game, and we will figure out which one in the next hour and some change. Bears to kick us off. Cairo Santos steps up to the tee, and we're underway from Soldier Field. It is a cool 15-degree Sunday night in Chicago, Illinois. Return taken for the Rams out to around the 30-yard line, call it the 29. And so the MVP frontrunner Matthew Stafford headed towards his 40s, but not falling off that ladder at all. One of his greatest seasons of his career, and he's looking to lead the Rams to their second Super Bowl in his tenure. With a win here today, they would get one step closer. Their offense looked incredible last week. Defense could use some fine-tuning. We will see their offense first, though. And here we go. What up, SM? And what up, Tempest? Good to have you guys both here, ready for action. As Stafford begins from under center with a handoff to Kyren Williams, and the gap is quickly filled by Tremaine Edmonds. He is a one-man show right now as TJ Edwards out for the year with a brutal injury in their wild card victory. Bears, though, not too injured. Romadunze questionable heading into Sunday. That is their only other major starter that is on the injury report. Matthew Stafford back to the shotgun here on 2nd and 9. Blitz coming. He's unfazed. And it's Davante Adams who is having some kind of season despite being a wide receiver too, on the catch for 14 and a Ram first down. What up, Santorio? I do remember that it is EG. You kind of went back and forth between a couple usernames, but that PFP gives it away. Cardiac Bears going to strike again. I think they might. This might be a team of destiny. As Stafford goes under center, off the play action. Gonna zip one down the middle. It's Adams again, wide open in between spaces, and he'll pick up 19 that time. So the Rams offense hot through the air early on. We know this Bears team only gets better as they go, defensively especially. Last week they were heavily tested, but got it done in crunch time. What up, Raiders boy? Get the live pull out to you guys here momentarily. As Stafford goes back under center. And again, it's play action. Pass goes deep, and that time Adams couldn't get away. A little bit of holding going on there, not enough contact to draw a flag. And so the first incompletion of the outing for Matthew Stafford. What up, Chargers fan as well? A lot of people from the AFC West in here early on. Let me know who you are rooting for and what you think the score is going to be. As the live poll is up now, Matthew Stafford will hand off to Kyren Williams, and he's going the wrong way, a loss of 2. Taken down at the 40-yard line. Bears getting hungry. Chicago defense playing well on their own half of the football field. Trying to keep the Rams off the board on their opening drive, and it's looking good with one more stop here. 3 receiver, 1 tight end set. The Matthew Stafford special as he fires one in open space, but not for long because it's Johnson with the pass breakup. Many corners would have let that one slip through. That was a laser from Matthew Stafford. However, not on one of the greatest corners in the NFC today. Big of beauty there from Chicago. And so it's a punt coming up here for the Rams at the 40-yard line. This one angled out of bounds up top to the 14, a net 26-yard punt. And the first of Caleb Williams in the Ben Johnson era. He is thriving right now. What a absolutely incredible head coach. Ben Johnson is definitely up there for a Coach of the Year candidate, although there are probably more this year than ever before for that title. You can legitimately have 5 to 7 head coaches that will be like, yeah, they probably deserve it. And then again, there's 9 head coaching vacancies, so it seems it's very one way or the other this season. It's just how entertaining the NFL has been in 2025. Getting the day started is Caleb Williams, though, on the offensive end as he fires a completion to the left side, a pickup of 5. What up, JP Zeller? One of the few things your stream got right was Chicago's fourth quarter comebacks. That is true. I had mentioned that at some point. They were more the cardiac bears towards the end of the year. But Madden wasn't too far off on that one, as the handoff goes to DeAndre Swift, one head of the two-headed monster that Ben Johnson has forged here. You know, that's one thing I think it's very underrated in Ben Johnson himself as a coach. He doesn't really make your quarterback night and day better, but what he does for your rushing department is unbelievable. And we saw it in Detroit with Gibbs and Montgomery, and now here with Monongai, as Williams is going to evade a couple tacklers and somehow pick out DJ Moore. That is just another vintage play from Caleb Williams, as he is on the horizon here in Chicago. Gotta be probably looking like one of the best quarterbacks to wear a Bears jersey in probably 30 or 40 years. I would say he's probably surpassing Jay Cutler status, if I had to make that assumption myself. Little RPO here, goes inside, and it works out nicely. Well-timed play there for Caleb Williams. And that'll be a pickup of 7 to Luther Burden, his second catch. Might have to play a bigger role if Robinunze cannot suit up on Sunday, currently questionable heading into the weekend. Caleb again this time facing a delayed blitz, going to fire another pass downfield. That one dropped by Luther Burden. Missouri Tiger taken in the 3rd round by the Chicago Bears. Oh, it was 2nd round, wasn't it? I think it was 2nd round, because the Browns passed up on him twice in the 2nd round, and I was very disappointed with that. Nonetheless, he is looking to play a bigger role as the postseason progresses here. Williams again, well protected. If you can keep him with a clean pocket, no problem all game long. It's Adunze again with a first down catch across the 45-yard line and a Bears first down. Got the Rams 33-21. We will see early poll indication shows the public is leading Chicago's way. They're slight favorites at home. Not really familiar territory, though, as that is a big tackle for a loss of a yard right up the middle. Huda Ford delivers a big hit. And so Chicago now back to the 44-yard line. Nothing going there for DeAndre Swift. I'd like to see the Bears lean more on their run game as the playoffs continue. I think they kind of get out of games because they rely too much on their passing. And maybe with a high snap and a handoff here to DeAndre Swift, they will learn a thing or two against this Rams defense, who is also relatively healthy. Probably both of the two healthier teams in the NFC playoffs still remaining. Not dealing with too many injuries. Obviously, we know the Niners' tails and all their tails, and then the Seahawks right now with a questionable Sam Darnold, who might be doing all right as of the most recent report. Here's a 3rd and 6, though, for Williams as he fires again, threw a couple of hands in his face, and DJ Moore's open. And he's got first down yardage. What up, Arturo? Rooting on Caleb. There you go, USC Trojan. Watch your video stream since Madden 22. I got you. Appreciate all the support. As we head towards the 2026 Sim season. That'll be year number 5. Unbelievable how quick time is moving here. But for now, it's Williams. From the I formation, steps up, dances, and he takes off. Does this from time to time. It's Caleb with a 21-yard scamper, setting up goal to go for Chicago. And he lets the Rams know which way the chains are moving. Thing of gorgeousness from Caleb Williams. The more he develops that into his game, the easier it'll be for the Bears offense. RPO right side, works out perfectly. Colston Loveland with nobody near him with the touchdown. Bears strike first. Another genius play design from Ben Johnson. All the eye candy on DeAndre Swift, and Colston Loveland got 2 of the best blocks he's ever going to have right in front of him. That is the easiest touchdown of his career. Bang. Indiana going to win it Monday night? I hope they do, even as an Ohio State fan. I would say I'm an Ohio State football enjoyer, not necessarily a fan. Ever since they won an Natty or two, it kind of does get a little bit boring to not have to struggle for a little bit. So I don't enjoy watching them beat Youngstown State 70-3 once a year. So, that being said, I'm a bigger Ohio State basketball fan, but it's good for the sport if Indiana does well. That would be nice. As the Bears go 11 plays, 87 yards in 4 minutes and 34 seconds. And EG with a 1999 dono every time Bears score a touchdown. There we go. How about that for the opening drive? Much appreciated, my friend. Glad to have you back and watching. And I will add that to the updated dono list, which I'm pretty sure is going to be changing around a little bit. I will post an updated one in the Discord at the conclusion of this one. Return will be taken for the Rams yet again across the 25-yard line to the 29. And so Matthew Stafford with an uphill battle early on here, trailing by a touchdown with 3 to go in the opening quarter. All right, that'll put GD a little bit more comfortably into 4th all-time on the dono list. We have 4 people with over $100 donated and 3 people with over $200, which is just an absurd number. And support cannot be appreciated enough as the handoff goes to Kyron Williams. Up the middle, he picks up 3 on the first play of a brand new Rams drive. Matthew Stafford going to look to get Puka Nacua involved a little bit more. Having an incredible year once again, despite a little injury towards the end of the year. Battling a concussion. Healthy as can be, though, here in January. That is all that matters. As Stafford off the bootleg goes downfield, and what a hit on Nacua. They're trying to give him a second concussion this season. Unbelievable. Right on cue. Wow. That one might be in a couple edits down the road. Jaquan Brisker laid out the boom on Puka Nacua. No flags, as it should be. And it's 3rd and 7 for Matthew Stafford. Bears fans on their feet. Stafford going to silence them, though. It's a beauty to Davante Adams, his 3rd catch already. And he moves the chains again. Is that who you guys are drafting? Artsuro, are you guys getting Mendoza? Are you pretty confident in that? I think you have to. There is no way you can live another year with Geno Smith as your quarterback. As a Browns fan who watched Geno Smith take 10 sacks against the Browns? That just can't happen. Nacua in motion. Can they get him active? Johnson follows him, though, in man coverage. Atwell in motion now. Play clock down to 4. Snap taken by Stafford. It's play action again. Lofting one. Sideline pass on cue. Colby Parkinson. What a throw from Matthew Stafford. One of his best throws of the afternoon. Bad time to take a sip of water, I guess. All right, it'll move the chains again here for Los Angeles. Puka Nacua going to move into the slot here as Parkinson will block for Stafford. Looking towards the Bears sideline here. Dropping back with 8 on the play clock. Zips it down the middle. It's Davante Adams again inside the red zone. And so all the attention early on Puka Nacua. I know that is Puka Nacua. My apologies. Maybe not enough attention on Nacua, for myself included, as he picks up a first down there to the 12-yard line. Final minute of the first quarter. And Kyron Williams gets the rock again. Montez Sweat shuts him down. No second thoughts, a loss of a half yard. 2nd and 10 from the 13. I feel like I also had the same issue of Puka Nacua and Davante Adams in the regular season. It was very difficult for me to tell. Adams, though, got a superstar. Nacua with the X Factor. That's the easiest way to remember it. As the Rams will empty out the backfield, Stafford going to launch one to the end zone, and that is Davante Adams, and he has a touchdown. Double coverage and all tight as a blanket, and Matthew Stafford showing why he should win the MVP in 2025. How about that's a no-look pass? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that's even better. A no-look pass in double coverage? Who else is doing that? Matthew Stafford. Unbelievable. I thought for a second there it looked a little bit weird. Live. That was gross. And so the point after from Harrison Mevis is up, and it is good. And we are all tied in Chicago. Rams respond in 7 plays, 72 yards in just under 3 minutes. And of course, Davante Adams is terrorizing the Bears. The last hope if you're a Green Bay Packer fan. Unbelievable. This is nuts. Some great offense early on. You can't complain about that. Not too much from either team defensively. Bears got the first drive stop. That's about all that's happened. A touchdown for the Bears on their opening drive, and a response from the LA Rams. Sees us tied again with a Chicago return coming from Devin Duvernay, the longtime Baltimore Raven, out across the 25-yard line. Not some of his best work. And an injury to Tremaine Edmonds on the kick return. Absolutely brutal for Chicago. They are down a couple special teamers, and so needing some guys to fill in. That is a brutal way to lose another middle linebacker. Just gross. I am a Browns fan. We had a better year this year than last. I'm confident going into next year. We have the easiest schedule, a couple first-round picks. We'll be all right. We'll see what happens. As Caleb will check it down, complete to Colston Loveland, and he's met behind the line. It is a loss of 2, which will take us to the end of 1 here in Chicago. An even game through 1 as the Rams and Bears battling it out. The winner to Seattle next week for a chance at the Super Bowl. I have no idea why Edmonds is on special teams. Madden does not really give special teamers their real roles, and I don't know why. I don't like it personally, but nothing you can do about it. As we flip sides of the field to begin the second quarter, it's Luther Burton on the inside slant, and he'll pick up 5 yards, making it a more third manageable there. Matt's giving tips to Sean as we speak. This is blasphemy. That's awesome. Matt should be at Stafford instead of Gino, and with Ben Johnson as head coach for AP States for a year, yeah, you're an entire different team then. Not even the Raiders at that point, but I get what you mean. 3rd and 7 here for Chicago, and Caleb met in the backfield and dumped down for a huge loss. Rams defense finally getting some pressure, and the game's opening sack will force a Bears 3 and out. Chicago on their back foot on that possession. Not their best work. And so they will punt it away once again. Torrey Taylor, Iowa Hawkeye legend, who has certainly had more off time this year than the previous, will boot this one away. And a fair catch called for at the 29-yard line by Tutu Atwell. Davante Adams' stat line, 5 targets, 4 catches, 68 yards. And one of those receptions was the previous Rams touchdown. Matthew Stafford threw no look to his wide receiver, too. If I had to give Stafford all that money for an 8-year deal, that probably would have been worth it. I'm not going to lie, especially the way he's playing. I don't know about 8 years, though. He would have been going into his early to mid-40s with that tenure. But, yeah, Rams just wanted it more, I guess. Is Stafford going to find Colby Parkinson on the crosser? And an early Ram first down as Stafford well over 100 yards passing now. And this one, I'm expecting 2 400-yard passers in this game or somewhere around there. I really do believe it'll be very high scoring. See what happens, though. Davante Adams in press coverage again up top. Actually, that's Nakua as the handoff goes to Kyron Williams. And he will go nowhere on his 5th carry, averaging less than a half yard per rush already. Bears defense is feeling themselves here. Yeah, I got to keep that one memorized. Puka got the X factor. He's up top this time. It is Davante Adams down below. And it's Stafford with a quick fire. Caught by Adams, and he's met early and will not get there. But it is 3rd down. And a couple. Kevin Byard playing underneath that sign. Jaquan Brisker playing over top. Bears have done it very well to slowly build an elite defense. Just trying to keep their head screwed on tight here. On 3rd down and 3, Matthew Stafford going 5 wide. Back to pass going down low, and it's hauled in for the first down to Tutu Atwell across the 50-yard line. Rams drive continues. Yeah, no, that is not Tutu Atwell. That is Xavier Smith. My apologies. Atwell wearing 5. That is right. How could I be so foolish? Stafford back under center. Quick fire caught by Adams, and it's Edmonds, who is apparently back from injury. That makes a crunching tackle at the 42. There we go. Rams not going to win the Super Bowl? I don't know, man. They might. They certainly looked like the favorite at one point. I feel like that's kind of undeniable. Stafford will hand off to Kyron Williams, who got a block or two. Finally had some daylight to tilt the rock across the 30. His best work of the evening. 13-yard pickup. And the Rams poised to take their first lead of the ballgame. If they can continue to have the offensive success they are showing right now. 6 to go in the first half. They're showing a rush of 5. And they will bring an extra man off the edge. Here comes Tremaine Edmonds right up the middle. No support as he runs through nobody to cause a 4-yard loss on the play. Bears defense again, showing the Rams they can take one step forward. It's always going to be 2 steps back. What's going on, Trex? Could the Bears pull the sneaky win Sunday? I think they can. I don't think it's sneaky any longer. They're legitimately a good football team. As Stafford on 2nd and 14, get a pump and fire left side, nearly intercepted. That one knocked down. Nashawn Wright had both of his hands on it. Just trying to make sure that ball wasn't going to get completed to Davante Adams for his 6th reception. And he is successful in that department. 2 elite wide receivers lined up top. As Stafford on 3rd and a mile. Well protected. Going to fire it downfield and too high for Davante Adams. It's incomplete. And the Rams have a choice to make. Harrison Mevis not the greatest kicker, although he is significantly more accurate than most. His leg doesn't quite add up to those around the rest of the NFL. Especially in the Windy City. Harrison Mevis, a 50-yarder from the left hash. Kick on the way, and it's good. And he silences any lingering doubt as the Rams continue to march with their offense, stalling at the 33, but they take their first lead at 10-7. I'm going to be honest with you, Arturo. I think the MLB is going to have a lockout really soon, and you can have your own argument as to whether or not it's fair. Here's my 2 cents on the MLB right now. Do I think some owners are cheaper than others and they should pay the price because they are not spending the money that they have? Yes. That being said, do I think it is fair for the LA Dodgers, as the Bears have a great kick return across the 50 Duvernay when I'm talking about something other than football, but do you think it is fair for the Dodgers to have a $2.1 billion payroll when half of the teams in the MLB, 15 MLB teams, are worth less than $2.1 billion as a franchise? Small market teams just can't compete with that. I'm not going to lie. I just don't think it's fair. I think the MLB is going to have a lockout very soon. Probably 2027, if I had to guess. As Williams will go through the air and downfield, it's caught by Luther Burden. He has been the Madden deep target all year long for Caleb. And that continues into the postseason, into the bottom half of the second quarter. Bears able to move the chains again, already across the 50 with a terrific Devin Duvernay kick return. And they're on the prowl again, knocking on the doorstep of the red zone. Rams showing a rush of 5. They bring 4. Williams steps and fires. It's caught across the middle. Colston Loveland once again with the catch and run down to the 5-yard line. If the Dodgers get any other star, I'm not watching my Cubs play. I don't blame you, man. I mean, their starting lineup right now, it's not fair. It's really not. Williams back to work on 1st and goal. Handoff goes to Swift. Breaks the tackle and breaks the play. No! He is short by a whisker, by a quarter of a yard. I have no idea how that one is not in the end zone. I'd love a second look. We will not get it, though. Kyle Monungai checks in for the first time today from the I formation. Handoff goes to Monungai, trying to cut up the middle, and he's going to lose a yard. Omar Spates with a beauty. And so 3rd and goal. I thought it went in too. Some ref ball here in Chicago, not favoring the whole team, as they have a slew of wide receivers to the right side of Williams from the empty. Loveland up top. Williams steps right and is devoured. What a hit, a crunching tackle that you can hear up in the booth. And it winds up an incompletion. And Ben Johnson is no stranger to going for kinds of 4th and goals like this. We'll see what his choice is. Yes, the offense will stay on the field. Same formation as 2nd and goal. Hand off to Monungai, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. This time the Bears will not be denied on the ground, and they take the lead back. Kyle Monungai, Rutgers legend, able to break the plane as the Chicago Bears find their 2nd touchdown. Baseball's broken. I'm not sure it can be fun when you're cheering for an all-star team. Where's the challenge? I agree. I mean, I don't know. I just think the fundamental issue with the MLB to begin with is that the season is way too long. I think 162 games is ridiculous. And even as a fan of a team that's fairly successful, I can't find the enjoyment of watching them play all the time, you know what I mean? EG Pro with another 1999. Kyle the GOAT rookie. Dude, he's gross. He is legitimately gross. Thank you for the $20 dono, and I promise you, you don't have to donate $20 every Bears touchdown. I'm going to feel really bad if their offense turns up in the 4th quarter like they have been as of late. But I do appreciate the support there, EG. That does go a long way, as some of you may or may not know, made the recent purchase of a computer, which is going to change the branding of MSG Productions almost entirely. We are going to obviously keep our Madden Sims going for at least another year. That being said, the play-by-play of actual football games will begin in the 2026 season, and I don't think there's anybody more excited for that than me, myself. I don't care if I'm streaming to 1 person or 1,000. I have wanted to do that for a long time, and I'm finally making dreams come true because of support like that. It does go a long, long way. Matthew Stafford under center to begin a 3-minute drill, trailing by 4. Smith is in motion. The handoff goes to Williams and is upended after a 2-yard pickup. Eat jalapenos and hot Cheetos, that does not surprise me. Good eats, though. They take my bank. Well, so be it. They're good, I guess, man. If that's the kind of preaching you're here for, Bears are going to try to deliver. Stafford again. Sets Smith in motion. Play action, and he has the open man on the dive. Davante Adams laying out for the first down catch. And the play of the game thus far. What a snag from the veteran. My goodness. His 7th catch already. And the Bears might want to put an extra pair of eyes on Davante Adams as he will take us to the 2-minute warning. Bears ahead by 4. Rams are driving right before halftime here at Soldier Field. And so Matthew Stafford going back to work. On 1st and 10. Up top, lofting one down the field, knocked away, incomplete. Johnson got his right paw on it and swatted that one away. That was a gorgeous PBU from Jalen Johnson. What is my comments? There we go. My laptop is tripping right now. It has been on like most of the day, though. I can't blame it too much. Nakua is in motion. Right in front of Matthew Stafford. Still running all the way to the Rams sideline. Where is Puka Nacua going as that one winds up an incompletion? He was trying to run home, I think. My goodness. Very scary game Sunday. I'm trying to read this comment, if YouTube would let me. I guess I can't give up even if we're down early. There you go. Can never give up on this Chicago Bears team. 3rd and 10 for the Rams after whatever the heck that was. Kyron Williams is in motion. 4-man rush this time. It's picked up for the moment. Stafford through a crowd, has to fire an incompletion, and the Rams look like they're going to come away empty-handed. Yeah, but I have to refresh my live stream. I have no idea what's going on. My laptop, I feel like, is about to explode. Oh, yeah, it really is. Holy moly, it's on fire right now. Did not realize it was that hot. Oh, well, going to move the mobile then. As the punt coming up here. And a great piece of work there for the Rams special teams. I was half paid attention. That'll pin Chicago at 3-yard line. We're going old school. We're going back to watching the stream on my phone. Because for whatever reason, my laptop truly is not having the greatest of times. That's all right, though. There we go. I was like, why won't my comments load? And then I grab my laptop from underneath, and it's like 4,000 degrees Kelvin. Oh, well. Puka bingo. Put him in motion again, please. Puka plays so hard, he just doesn't stop running. I guess not. Like a young Forrest Gump in the flesh. Handoff goes to DeAndre Swift to get the drive started, and he makes a man miss, and then lost the football, and it's scooped up by Colt Kmet. Almost a huge turn of events in Chicago, as DeAndre Swift refused to go down, and in the process, the Rams said, okay, we'll take the football if that's the case. Almost got it, too. Final minute now of the opening half, and the Bears going to be very conservative. Another handoff, this time to Munungai. Spins through a tackle, and now the Bears might have some interest in this drive as they take a timeout. Try to figure out what Ben Johnson is thinking. Upstairs. Guess we don't know yet. All the emotions on that play, the highs and lows of Bears football. There you go. That's how I felt watching the Houston game against Pittsburgh. The amount of fumbles in that game that got recovered by the offensive line. I was like, my goodness, man. Surely at some point one of these two defenses has to fall on it. 2 targets to either side for Williams as he steps right into a sack, and he will go the wrong direction again. Loss of 2, timeout. Rams, they want the football back. Just under a minute to go. Well, we talked about his incredible pocket awareness. That time maybe let him down a little bit. Thought he had some space to his left, and he did not. This Rams defense playing their hearts out. Looking for another stop on 3rd and 6 to get Stafford. One more possession before halftime. Williams, though, has different ideas, going down the sideline, and double coverage, and it's dropped. Luther Burden had it, and the extra defensive effort saved a first down to the 50. Great ball there from Caleb, though. No complaints from Bears fans from their QB. Torrey Taylor will boot this one away once again as he steps into a punt. Another end-over-end kick. Rams have a chance to return. It is Xavier Smith to his right side and met by a pack of Bears. Davante Adams over 100 yards receiving. I hate how much the scoreboard thing lags every time it shows a graphic. I don't know if that, again, is my console, which is now, I guess, over 5 years old. Hard to believe the PS5 is that old already. But it is the truth. Or if it's Madden, EA Sports doing their thing again. I guess we'll never know. As Stafford, with 38 seconds and 2 timeouts, picks out Davante Adams for catch number 8. And he's taken down right across the 50. Timeout Rams. Sean McVay looking to get back into field goal range. We've got 13 people in here. Already had a couple donations and a whole lot of Bears fans in the chat. If you are enjoying the stream, don't forget to drop a like down below. Shooting for 12 on this Friday night. Tomorrow, the NFC and AFC Divisional games getting started. Cannot wait for more playoff football. As Stafford poised again, and he will deliver. Caught by Colby Parkinson. Thought he missed Puka Nacua right there, but his tight end does get open, and he apparently stayed in bounds unwisely. And so the Rams now will probably cost themselves extra yardage, if not points altogether. Stafford trying to work back to the line here. They got to go, though. They're in no man's land right now. Stafford takes the snap, 5 on the game clock, fires it down the seams. It's caught by Parkinson, and he got down with 1. A near disaster actually turns into something positive there for the Rams. Sean McVay probably has never run faster in his life to get to an official. So there we go. Still waiting for the PS5 to go on sale. Not going to happen. I was that person, but for the Nintendo Switch. How foolish of me to think Nintendo would throw a sale out for us. Harrison Mevis is on for a 41-yarder right before halftime. It is up and good, and it is a 1-point game in Chicago at the break. Bears to receive the second half kickoff. Offense is the name of the game on Divisional Sunday, the final game of Divisional Weekend. I've been very entertained thus far. This game has had it all. Fresh 10 on the clock. And here we go again. Harrison Mevis on for the kickoff. Putting this one back to Devin Duvernay. One return across the 50 already. This one will not even come close to the 24. And no further. Caleb Williams ready for half number 2. Usually has to mount a comeback for the Chicago Bears. Not this time around. They have a lead, at least for the moment. What up, EG Pro? Got 3 of my playoff games recorded. I already uploaded. There we go. You and me both. This is game 4. What were the results of yours? I'm curious to know how they did in comparison to mine. As Caleb get a handoff up the middle to DeAndre Swift again, just trying to hang on for dear life. As he'll pick up 3 to average around 4 yards a carry. That is the opening play of half number 2 here. Rams had a nice little drive to end the half. They go on a 13-7 run. But the Bears with their opening drive touchdown, that's the difference maker right now, as Swift will pick up a first down, a gain of 8 to his right side. Quentin Lake brings him down at the 35. Let's make Iceman start referring to icing a game with the lead. There you go. It's a positive twist on it, a less of a heart attack way. I reckon there's been at least 5 heart attacks legitimately suffered from watching Bears games this year. Wouldn't shock me. Handoff again to Swift, 3rd in a row. And that one the least successful of the 3. Just a gain of a yard to the strong side. Sean McVay's eyes got big right there. What did he see on the football field? What in the world, EA Sports? Eyes almost popped out of his socket. Caleb now on a 2nd and 9. Will hand off to Swift again. Made a couple guys miss. DeAndre Swift across the 50-yard line. Swifty and Shifty take it over on the Bears' first drive of the second half. Chicago fans are loving it. Got their first playoff win in what feels like a century. They haven't had a ton this half of the millennium. As off the play action, Williams again going to loft one complete. Colston Loveland hangs on and was able to secure that one. Tucked his hands underneath the ground. Rams wanted an incompletion, they will not get it. Bears offense moving diligently again. Why Swift having one of the best second half performances of all time? I don't know, man. But you can see he is gassed, but guess who is not getting the rock? Thought he might have it. Williams lost the ball, scooped up again by a Bears O-lineman, and they save the possession. Woof. That one got a little bit close. Too close for comfort. And we are still awaiting the game's opening turnover. Ever since the bye week, true enough. Bears do lose 6 on the play, though. Williams this time going to throw the football. Caught by Luther Burden. That's a chunk yardage play, making it 3rd and short. Loveland becomes the top 3 tight end next year. If Kelsey retires, I truly think top 3 tight ends next year. Brock Bowers, Harold Fenton, I believe that. And I don't know if I trust leveling it up yet. As the handoff goes to Swift again, his best work of the day. First and goal, Chicago. I might go with Tyler Warren instead. I don't know. I just think Harold Fenton is going to be the leading receiver of the Browns for the next couple of years. Unless we draft a wide receiver for the first time since Corey Coleman in the first round. Play action for Williams. Can he find somebody open? It's Cole Kmet, and Kmet is into the end zone with the spin move, and the Bears back with the touchdown. Thought for a second he might get tackled out of bounds, able to maintain his balance and spin to the inside for an impressive score, and add 6 for the Bears offense for the 3rd time today. That was beautiful. I do feel bad for Njoku because this is now the 2nd time he has kind of come back from a career setback in which he didn't influence. 2020, they tried to replace him with Austin Hooper and Harrison Bryant. He had a great playoff game against Kansas City, got a starting role back, and now again, kind of starting to get hurt. We draft Harold Fenton, and that is that. Bears go 9 plays, 76 yards, and 405, and another 1999 from E.G. Pro. My guy, your bank account is begging for the Bears to stop scoring, but your heart says, come on, Chicago. There you go. I'm hoping you also put like a down payment on Bears money line this weekend. That would be nice. Get all your money back from the sim. Somebody is about to get a courtesy call. How about it? Oh, man, I appreciate the support. More than you know it. Rams on the return from inside the 10 as a spin move there from Whittington out to the 29-yard line. Both teams starting to get elusive in their ball-carrying department. What up, Nathan Packers? Tucker Kraft about to go up next year. I forgot about him. You're right. I'm pretty sure he was tight end 1 in fantasy before he got hurt, if not very close. I did forget about Tucker Kraft. He'll be top 5. I think Loveland will be fringe top 5, probably top 10. We'll see what happens, though. Lots of NFL tight end talent right now, and I'm all for it. High formation handoff goes to Kyron Williams to get the Rams' second half started. On the offensive end, he'll pick up a yard as they trail by 8. Needing a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie us up. We have been very close to overtime a couple of times the last week, and I think this might be the game. We might be due for a race to the finish. Stafford, play action again, and he's decked by Montez Sweat. His first sack adding to his 2 TFLs. Bears get home a 5-yard loss from Big 98, and it's 3rd and forever. Send Njoku to the Panthers. I said we should have traded him at the deadline. And in hindsight, I stand by it. I was right about that. I love him to death. I mean, he has been with the Browns since 2017. That being said, I think the writing has been on the wall for a little bit now. Bunch formation right side. Devontae Adams, the lone receiver up top. Parkinson in motion. Stafford dancing. Going to heave this one through contact. Down the field, single coverage. Puka Nacua turns around and makes the catch on Jalen Johnson. And the spark the Rams needed, ignited by their offensive player of the year in Puka Nacua. Stafford had to throw some WD-40 on his shoulder for that one. What a play. Unbelievable. And John Zeller with the $4.99, still recovering from Christmas. But I got 5 on it for the Bears. Let's go. That was insane. Jalen Johnson might have lost it in the lights. Not a typical play from number 1. Stafford doesn't care about it. It's 1st and goal. Handoff to Kyron up the middle. And he gets down to the 3. Woo. Here come the Rams. That is just Puka lore. It just is. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like that is the kind of catch Puka Nacua makes. Single coverage again. Jalen Johnson wants some revenge. But the handoff goes to Kyron, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Rams will go for 2 to tie us up. And when all else fails, you rely on the arm of Matthew Stafford to set you up for the rushes of Kyron Williams. Yeah, 3rd and 14 after a sack. Looks like everything was too worse for wear. They dig themselves out of a hole and find a way. That is the Rams' touchdown. They will go for 2 to tie it. Stafford dropping back from center. Firing a lofted ball right side to Kua. No, it's incomplete. Almost a heroic catch as Kyron Williams going down, grabbing around his armpit there. And so Blake Corum will probably have to replace him. He took a shot trying to protect Matthew Stafford. And I would love a second look at that near acrobatic catch from Puka Nacua. Shades of the almost game-time catch that he made against the Atlanta Falcons. We will not get a second look, though. Bears hang on to a 2-point lead with the football. Devin Duvernay again on the return. And he'll take this one left side across the 30. Great work from the Bears special team score. That was not Devin Duvernay that time. They switched it up on me. Oh, well, I don't have my depth charts with me anymore because of my laptop, which is now cooled down. I could probably afford to throw my depth charts back up. Thank goodness. I have no idea what was making that thing run so quick. I have a handful of applications open, but nothing too much, I didn't think. All is well, though, as the Bears take back over. 3:34 to go in the third. Quick pass here from Caleb, and he's going to find a receiver, Romadunze, up top. He'll haul it in and pick up 8 to the 40. Rams cannot really afford to give up a touchdown here if they want to have significant hope heading into the future. Probably the first time in a long time that as a fan of the Browns, I don't really have to hate watch this week. I can just enjoy football. I'm looking forward to it. Handoff goes to Swift again, and DeAndre Swift with a breakaway. He had 6 carries for 24 yards a couple of moments ago, up to 11 for 88. What a second half for DeAndre Swift. And again, I'm telling you, it's the Ben Johnson effect. That offense, so difficult to stop. Rams finding that out firsthand up top. Jared Verse couldn't make the tackle, and the cleanup coming there on the second effort. No gain for DeAndre Swift. Who am I rooting for in the playoffs? I am hoping for a Bills-Texans AFC Championship and a Seahawks-Bears NFC, I think. I'd love to see Nick Chubb win a Super Bowl. Also would like to see Josh Allen. So I got a lot of love for the AFC right now, despite having a team in that conference. As the pass goes down the middle, caught by Odunze, and he's being chased from behind, knocked down at the 20. Big play again from Rome Odunze. I miss having a run game like that so much. Browns got closer to it this year than really they have the last several, but 2020 Browns two-headed monster of Chubb and Hunt, man. I miss it every day. Rams again showing pressure. Handoff goes to Swift as they took him in the backfield. Byron Young will get credit with a 3-yard CFL. Rams defense is looking a lot better, I think, here. A lot better. 2nd and 13. Swift again, huffing and puffing. He has been the workhorse on this drive. That continues up the middle, and no such luck. He will pick up negative yardage, actually going to lose a half yard there to Kobe Turner. Big D lineman. Prime Nick Chubb was special, man. I saw flashes of it last week. Glad he won another game against the Steelers in Pittsburgh, man. Makes the heart happy. 5 on the line here for the Rams. They rush 4. Byron Young coming. Williams stays poised, and it's caught by Olamide Zaccheaus, and he's short. And again, a decision to make for Ben Johnson, which he could probably wait until the fourth quarter to make. And we'll see if he does so. What are his initial thoughts? He is looking to take points. Will the snap be taken in the third quarter or the fourth, though? depending on where the wind's blowing. Snap and hold her down. Kick is up, and Santos' 29-yarder will take us into the fourth quarter. Bears 24, Rams 19, 10 minutes to decide who goes to the NFC title game in Seattle next week. The Bears trying to hang on here at home for their second consecutive home playoff win. I'm not mad about that decision. I think it's probably the fair choice to make, even if the Rams score a touchdown in a two-point conversion. All you need is a field goal to tie. Now the Rams have to score a touchdown. They can't just kick three to take the lead. I like it. Situational football there from Ben Johnson. Can't complain too much as Jordan Whittington again up to the 28-yard line gets our fourth quarter underway. And Matthew Stafford has more game-winning drives in the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter and overtime than any other quarterback in NFL history. And he might have to have one more here on the road in Chicago. Stafford has won some huge games in his NFL career, including most notably Super Bowl 56. Hand off to Kyron Williams, apparently doing okay after his injury. On the two-point attempt, he'll pick up a yard as Puka Nacua almost brought down a heroic catch that nearly tied the game after he made one heck of a catch to set up that last Kyron touchdown. Rams offense going to have to start going through 12 a little bit more here as Stafford checks it down, caught by Parkinson. Great open field tackle from Tremaine Edmonds as Stafford eclipses 260 yards passing. It is 3rd and 2 and a game-deciding play potentially here on 3rd and 2. Got to be the Joe Thuney effect. That might be. Stafford on 3rd and 2. Three-man rush, and he goes down the middle, and he's intercepted. The game's first turnover at a crucial moment. DeMarco Jackson has huge shoes to fill with the absence of TJ Edwards, and what a time for the game's opening turnover. Stafford looking to force the issue to Puka Nacua. Talked about trying to get him more and more involved. And they tried to force feed him a little bit too much on that drive. Bears take over in plus territory with a 5-point lead. What a play. Chad is telling me that is reflective of his actuality. That he does play that good in real life, but Madden might be inflating that a little bit given the circumstance in the moment. But DeAndre Swift up the middle, getting the Bears into field goal range. Over 100 yards rushing. This guy is playing his heart out, trying to get to an NFC title game. And let me tell you, it is not easy to breathe in a cold, sharp air down into the low teens now in Chicago. Williams again, play action, steps and fires, look at end zone, it's a complete big play from Jared Verse. And Kobe Turner going down, grabbing inside of his shoulder pad. That's a big loss for the Rams if he can't make his way back out there. Could have hurt their pass rush pretty bad. Somebody did against the Browns. That's a good point. Yeah, it is a very good point, I guess. Man. Jalen Tyson, 30 points in the third quarter? That's insane. What are the Cavs building in there? Wow. After the injury timeout, Caleb back to work on 2nd and 10. He will check it down complete for a 7-yard pickup to Rome Odunze. And so, another critical third down here. Rams almost have to have a stop here. I did see that dunk over 4 people. That was nuts. Those are that game's in Berlin, I believe, right? Germany series right now going on between the Magic and Grizzlies as Williams again on 3rd and 3. Steps right, fires end zone, and it's dropped on the goal line. That was some terrific coverage. Although probably 5 times out of 10, that's getting caught for 6. Bears will stop the clock and settle for a field goal and maximize their one-possession lead with a 30-yarder from Cairo Santos. Needing a clean procedure here on the kick. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and good. Bears special teams has been doing very, very well this postseason on both ends of the offensive and defensive special teams. Saving your bank right now. Good point. There you go. It's probably the best case scenario for you. Bears score. You don't have to live up to your own, I guess, decision making. And there you have it. Santos will kick. The Rams the football back after the Matthew Stafford interception. Puts a major wound on their plans to come back here. Trailing by 8. Davante Adams was the target on that previous interception. 11 targets. And that one probably the most forced of them all. Hero time for Matthew Stafford. Can he dig himself out of the hole that he has somewhat contributed to? Once again, it is Kyron Williams in the backfield. Handoff goes up the middle. No, this time it is Blake Corum, as Kyron Williams still maybe dealing with a lingering wear and tear to his injury a couple of possessions ago. Michigan running back goes nowhere on the opening play of this drive. Bears are relatively a stop and a couple of first downs away from a NFC Championship appearance for the first time since 2010. Right side handoff to Corum, and he's going backward again, a loss of 1. Bears defensive line is starting to feast here at home, and they are feeling some emotions they haven't felt in a long time. Another big hit there from Jackson, helping out on the rushing department. Stafford on 3rd and 11. Not quite 4-down territory unless he makes it about 4th and a foot. Stafford doesn't want to have to think about 4th down. Steps and fires, hit as he throws, and it's incomplete again. Textbook Bears defense. What a play. Cause from the defensive line. And the cleanup coming from that Chicago secondary. Big time play. Rams will punt it away once again. As Devin Duvernay ready to return. Got some blockers as he goes left side, laid out at the 37-yard line. Onto the football field steps DeAndre Swift. And the game not going to show us the stat line, but I can tell you, it is stellar. After a very quiet first half, he has been boisterous as can be in the last 13 and a half minutes. And he probably will have a chance to add to it on this drive as Caleb takes a quarterback keeper. Right side he goes as Williams flying down the sideline, getting the Bears into field goal range, which could put it away. All eyes on DeAndre Swift. Caleb got a heck of a block out in front, and he took the sideline to the 36. That was gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful from Caleb Williams. Side formation again. Williams looking to throw the football, and not that time. It is Landman who comes flying up the middle to create a 4-yard loss on the play. And now the Bears flirting with field goal range. That is a crucial play again here for the Rams as their defense just trying to keep their head above water. They have done pretty well here in the second half, given what their offense has produced, which is next to nothing. Aside from one, Matthew Stafford Heat. Williams again, dancing and steps into a sack, the second in a row, and the 4th of the day. This time it's Poona Ford knocking the Bears clearly at a field goal range. Wow. That's my QB1, not that. Just to reiterate, probably not that. Halfway through the 4th quarter. And this is the type of play that the Rams might have to sell out on. Can't even afford to give up a 10-yard completion, let alone a first down. That would probably end the ball game. Williams facing a blitz again. Byron Young off the edge, and how that's not a fumble, I am not sure. It is incomplete off the helmet of Young, and the clock is stopped. Bears fans take a massive deep breath that time. Could have been going the other way for 6. man, that should have been a scoop and score. Torrey Taylor will boot it away as the Rams hanging on for dear life. This is a shanked kick to the right sideline, and the cold, thick air might have contributed to that one. Going for just 20 yards to the 24, and the cardiac Bears starting to go into cardiac arrest. They are not looking too comfortable with the lead. This is kind of uncharted territory for this young Bears team. Not a good play at all. Matthew Stafford, 4.5 minutes, all 3 timeouts. Needs a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Puka Nacua in motion. Another man in motion. It's Xavier Smith. Play clock down to 8. Handoff goes left side, and Tremaine Edmonds gets off this block in a heat and makes a tackle just past the line of scrimmage. A foot picked up by Blake Corum, and they are dearly missing Kyron Williams right now. Sidelined again as the superstar duo lining up down below for Matthew Stafford. Now Nacua in motion. Nashawn Wright follows in man coverage. Stafford drops back, connected with Corum, and he's taken down again. Jackson playing hero ball in the fourth quarter. What a OBJ visual. Nuts indeed, man. This is crazy. 3rd and 13. Stafford got to get to the 34-yard line if he wants to keep this drive going in the westward direction. 4-man rush this time. Stafford fires towards the line to gain. It's caught but a yard short. And what will Sean McVay do? If you punt the football away, you surrender the drive with a chance to get it back. However, if you go for it and you don't convert, you are essentially losing the game, putting the Bears in field goal range, and the Rams will punt the football. They go 3 and out after a terrific defensive stand. Devin Duvernay calls for a fair catch at the 17, and with 2:53 to go, the Bears take back over with their 8-point cushion. That's a great stop. Guy's a stud. I mean, hey, I'm seeing it here in the digital version, but I'll look for it in real life. I think he would be awesome. Imagine he gets like the game-winning interception next week, or here in a couple days. I'll clip it and come back to this. That's awesome. I-formation handoff gets this drive started to Kyle Monungai, and he goes next to nowhere. 1-yard pickup. Rams going to burn their timeouts early. First one taken with 2:50 to go. Bears a couple of first downs away from a trip to the NFC Championship game. And according to Madden, we would have no upsets, only the home team's winning, which I guess in the case of the Broncos, they are actually underdogs, I believe. That game's kind of flipping back and forth right now in the betting odds department. But the last I looked, they were plus 100 and plus 1.5. Williams looking to throw the football, and it's dropped by DJ Moore. Uncharacteristic. And the Bears will surrender. 40 seconds. Trying to hunt a first down through the air. Can't say I blame that kind of play calling. But now it feels like the Bears will have to throw the football again here on 3rd and 9. And Williams will. 4-man rush. Williams dancing. Hit as he throws. It's incomplete again. And a disastrous drive there for the Bears, making the Rams feel a billion times better about their decision to punt the football. LA gives up 1 timeout in exchange for the football. A deal that they would love to make 2 more times if they have to. And Torrey Taylor looking for a much better punt than his previous. And this one absolutely is fair caught at the 39-yard line. And so the Rams take over. Matthew Stafford, we read that stat earlier, game tying and winning touchdowns in the final 2 minutes. And in overtime, nobody else like Matthew Stafford. I know he's not traditionally Matty Ice, but he should be. Just to throw that out there. Got a game ball already this year. That's exciting. We'll see if he shows up on this drive. Bears need to stop as Stafford through the air, connecting with an open man. That is a pickup of 5 to get this drive underway. That is Tutu Atwell on the receiving end that time around. And so second down and halfway to the first down. Rams are going to try to get one more snap away here before that 2-minute warning strikes. Blake Corum in the backfield. Stafford goes right side, wide open, Puka Nacua, pulling away from Jalen Johnson. One man to beat, and Kevin Byard saves the touchdown. How did Nacua get that free? Miscommunication. One man thought cover 2, one man thought cover 3. And the Bears might have just blown the opportunity as Corum up the middle, rolling over defenders, and he'll pick up 7 down to the 4-yard line. Rams now feel like they're in control. Obviously, still need that 2-point conversion if it comes down to it. First step, though, is to find the end zone. Adams, Smith, Nacua in that order. Down below, Stafford fires to the end zone, out of the reach of Nacua. Incomplete. That is a devastating time for a miss pass right there from Matthew Stafford. Wow. Corum in the backfield again on 3rd and 3. Stafford deep drop back. Caught by Corum. Nobody near him. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Rams a 2-point conversion away from another tie game. It was looking beyond bleak a couple of possessions ago. Bears had the football and an 8-point lead. And in the blink of an eye, it disappears. Blake Corum playing hero ball with the absence of Kyron Williams. Man, oh man. This 2-point attempt, in all reality, could decide the ball game. Can the Bears defense make one last stand? Stafford, hands off right side to Corum, and he's laid out. The Bears slam the door shut, and LA forced to attempt an onside kick. Take a look at the replay. Never had a chance. Blake Corum had no support. Unbelievable. Bears defensive stand. And the bear down emotes are out. Might be saying good night to LA unless they can recover the onside kick. We almost had one a couple of nights ago. We were awfully close. Harrison even stepping up, booting this one towards Chicago. It was loose for a moment, but Luther Burton landing on it and taking off to the 45-yard line. Wow, that was close. Rams do have 2 timeouts. They could get the football back here with around 30 seconds left and no way to stop the clock without getting out of bounds. I don't know that play call. That's weird to me. Can't believe it. Handoff right side to DeAndre Swift, and he'll go backwards a couple of yards. Timeout Rams. And it's 2nd 12. I feel like Chicago has to play this one extremely conservative, if you ask me. Although they would love to get into field goal range, they don't want to force a 50-yarder, I feel like, only up by 2. I would go so far as to punt from like the 30, if you ask me. We'll see if it even comes down to that, though. Cardiac Caleb in the gun. Back to throw the football. Inside he goes. It's hauled in by DJ Moore, and it's a first down for Chicago, and the Rams cannot stop the clock anymore. The Bears are going to the NFC Championship. DJ Moore, through a house of Rams, finds a way to the line to gain, and it was always going to be the passing offense of Ben Johnson that led Chicago one step closer to the promised land. Williams in victory formation. Knee is taken. And that should just about do it. Good, better, best. Rams denied on 2 2-point attempts. And the Bears scoop up 2 of their own fumbles. That was the difference maker. John Seller with the final $9.99. As in life, as in some, I hope. We'll see if the Bears can get it done. They get it done here at home, 27-25, a win over the Rams. And they will head to Seattle. According to Madden, your AFC Championship is going to be the Broncos hosting the Patriots, and the NFC will be the Seahawks hosting the Chicago Bears. We'll see how accurate Madden is as they get the job done tonight, though, with another banger football game back-to-back now that we have had with the Texans Pats and the Rams Bears. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Enjoy your playoff football the next couple of days. We'll be back next week with the conference championship games on Monday and Wednesday. Hope you guys enjoy it.